Everything's moving faster. AI is speeding up business. Technology lets you build in weeks what used to take months. But here's the problem. If you're making more money but don't have the right habits in place, garbage in, garbage out. Today, we're talking about the one thing that doesn't change: how you handle your money. This is Walk in Victory.
Now available. Awakening I Am, Internal Awareness in an AI Age audiobook, and our Victory Builders platform, which integrated system for founders who execute, is open. Links in the description. When we think about where we are in terms of if you're just starting out as an entrepreneur, you are working for the business and you're just gun ho. You may not be paying yourself. You may not be doing the things that is necessary that you will eventually do if you don't quit. You'll take a step back. You'll get a coach. You'll reshape. You'll reevaluate. Um, in terms of where we are in technology, how technology is advancing,
Mhm.
moving at its speed of light, and helping people to move from A to Z in a few weeks. I just revamped my website, and it didn't take me the time that it took me to build the website
Right, right.
because I had other tools. So we pay for these tools and we understand these tools. We have to learn the new language. We have to learn a new model. But the one thing that doesn't change is how we deal fiscally,
Mhm.
because everything else is speeding up. It gives us an opportunity to make more. But if you don't have habits in place, if you don't understand how to safeguard, the same way with AI, garbage in, garbage out.
Exactly.
Money is currency, and that money will be garbage in, garbage out. Today, this episode is going to be about money. My name is Neuron Tillman. This is Walk in Victory, and we sit you at the feet of the masters and have conversations to help you evolve your life so that you won't be like me early on in business or like others early on in their business life where the garbage came in and the garbage went out. We spent as we went. We was like Ralph Cramden. Ralph Cramden said, I spend money. That's not a good money plan. Our guest today is Chris Wilson. How are you, sir?
I'm wonderful. How are you, Naran?
I'm doing great. So, listen, I grew up in. I'm 50 years old, so I grew up in watching the Honeymooners for New Year's after we got out of church, and Ralph Cramden was a business man
Right.
in his own mind, but he had the whole concept of money in, money out. Um, from where you are and what you help people do, how do you help us to get to reframe that thought process about the money in, money out concept? We spend money to make money, we spend money to make money, but a lot of times we spend money on stuff that we don't need to. Mm. Hmm. right. Diabetes at the end. Yeah. S- So from annuities, are you looking at, and your camera's frozen. I don't know if you see it on your end, but I still got the audio. Yeah, I still got the audio, so I didn't want to cut you off because you was giving us some real juice. From from this perspective of annuities juxtaposed to dividend products that are reoccurring or um um uh blue chip that has a history. What are you saying to people in our community about thinking? I often say that we have built a community that have 401ks that they never look at. They don't even they don't even oh, I got a 401k. They don't even look at it. Yeah. Yeah. Mm, yeah, yes, from that. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 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 Your life is long, but your money's short. And who wants to be a burden? You can't even go to the store and pick up little Sally Mae. You know what I mean? So here we are. This is what's happening, and it's not a new story. This story has been happening and plaguing our communities for a long time, but we don't talk about finances. We don't like when I don't call myself a financial advisor. So when I say to people, do you have an IRA where you can, if you're making over a certain amount of money, you can put the amount that you make that's tax deductible. You can get some of the, like, I hear people saying I owe taxes. I'm like, how you owe taxes? You work for somebody. Like, what are you doing wrong? What are you doing? I said I was using the IRA as an example, as something that can be written off. Even just starting a business, even if you don't um are not good at in business, but that's something that can be written off. Oh man, the recording restarted over. Can you hear me? Okay. Hopefully everything is still up to par. But yeah, so what do you say? Again, there's no video, but I do hear you, so I don't want to lose the momentum of our conversation. What do you say to people that are not utilizing everything that's at their fingertips, and they may be making 100, $200,000 a year, and they think that they're in a good position because they're able to sustain, but at the end that that car is going to hit that one-way wall block and boom, everything up in smoke. Yes. Gotta go. Yeah. Wow. Now you can correct me if I'm wrong because finance is not my forte. I've dabbled in it. But when they came out with the HRAs, the health retirement, um, n- HSAs, health savings, yeah. I was telling people, I was like, go into the health savings account because I know it may sound a little difficult, but the money rolls over monthly. You're paying $200 a month for healthcare. If you, and we was in our 20s, we only go to the doctor once or twice. I go to the 6 months dental, twice a year uh, eye, once a year physical. If something is wrong, you might have to go 3 or 4 times. But I'm paying every month. At least with HSA health savings accounts, it rolled over. Is that kind of was I off or was I thinking right? Hello. Hmm. All right. So now, how did you get your start? You wrote this book. You're helping people. Um, you're vested in the community. You've opened chains of tax and finances, and money can be a little bit dull and boring. But you have energy, and you don't sound like a dull and or boring guy. Tell our audience about your history. Yeah. Yes, 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 that's true. Yeah. It's funny because it's just like real estate, right? So if a person is a real estate agent or a real estate broker, they're handcuffed into what they can say to a customer. But if you're a real estate developer who doesn't need any of those licenses, you can be totally blunt and say, "Hey, this is not a good deal," right? And this is why. But as an agent or broker, you have to. It's more customer service than it is about the customer. So you're servicing the customer, and the customer's always right. And we know that a lot of customers are watching YouTube videos and they don't come in right. They come in knowing everything but not knowing nothing. It's just yeah. It's funny because I interviewed about a year and a half ago, maybe 2 years, um, one of the guys who helped found H&R Block, and he was they started in Virginia. So when you're saying that the and then now I think they do ATAX or eight they got another building, but you have North Carolina and Virginia. How has that experience been for you? My daughter is in the HBCU. She's Howard University, so uh, go HBCUs. But how has that experience been for you? Moving from pharmaceutical uh, into not just a whole new field, but becoming an entrepreneur. You didn't just after 17 years transfer jobs, you transferred lifestyle. Okay. Okay. You can't mess that up. Yeah. Right. Mm. Yeah. 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 Oh, you don't put up the sign and say, "We'll be back in 2 weeks." I'm on vacation. Uh, yeah, yeah. So, Imma get you out of here on this last question, and I'm pretty sure that is gonna take some thought, so and I really appreciate this was a great conversation. I love to see, um, our people advancing, and not just advancing, but telling their story and showing others that look like us that we can actually take that step forward. You went from buying one store, one H&R Block, and now you own several. What was the mindset shift from having one to now becoming a franchisor, having more and being able to duplicate those processes in and out of those stores, and how do you continue to manage those? Wait, slow down and say that again. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. You didn't lose one. Yeah. Yeah. And then when the market turned around, you got back in? Yeah. And I appreciate that, Chris. You're a humble man, and and your humility is doesn't come across as a false humility, and I can say that genuinely. And this is the type of conversation that our people need to hear day in and day out. and I appreciate you for being now a part of our Walk in Victory family. Well, what I'm gonna ask you is that we set up a time, because this was only been audio only, but I like to share on TikTok and all those other things, that we have another conversation where the video is crisp and I can put it on YouTube and we can cross calibrate. I'm gonna put this conversation out, but I want people to see your face and know, put the face to the frame in the conversation. No, it's all good. Listen, this is technology. We know that everything build up and break down, and but we powered through it, and we gave people great information. Listen, everybody, we don't ask you for cash apps, Venmos, or anything like that. But what we do ask is that you support our guests. All of Chris' information is in the description. Go to the website, download the 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 journey. Yeah, go ahead. And that's amazing, because he wants to see us all prosper. And for those of you who are listening, we have to have these conversations. My oldest son is 21, my youngest son is 12. But we need to have these money conversations early so that there won't be a money block. I had to work through money blocks when I was in my 40s, because I had stuff going on subconsciously that I didn't even know registered. And to be able to openly have conversations about savings and investings. And I love that 70-30 plan, because when I got into real estate, that was the plan and the model that I learned in the 90s from an old Jewish guy in Brooklyn. 70-30, back out your 30%, and then you start from 70 on your proposal and do your fixing or whatever things that need to be done in the house, and you back that out from a 70. Yeah, you back that out from the 70, and that's your proposal. And if they don't take it, you walk away from it. Don't fall in love with it. I don't care how good it look. And that model has been able to help me, and I see how it can help us moving forward towards retirement. This has been go ahead. Mm, wow. Where do you do that? You do that in North Carolina, or okay? So yeah, yeah, we got to do that. We got to. I teach yoga and mindfulness, and I just started working in the shelter. But I work with youth and young adults. I work with seniors too. So we definitely, well, you, hey everybody, this won't be the last time we hear from Chris. There you have it. Don't forget, we don't ask you for Cash App, Venmos, or any of those things. And I'm not knocking anybody that do. We like to lead with value and have conversations to help you advance your life. But what we do ask is that you support our guests. So again, all of the links for the book, for the workshops, if you're listening and you want to bring him in and work with your youth and young adults, all of those links are in there. His LinkedIn, all of his social handles. Secondly, we ask that you hit like, share, and subscribe. Your likes, your shares, your subscriptions help this conversation get into the ears of people that need it from all over the world. If you're listening on a platform where you can leave a comment about the episode, we encourage you to do so. That also helps us to get heard and seen. We're approaching 200,000 downloads. Let's help us get to that mark. Please follow those instructions so that we can get there faster and then move our way towards 400,000. Enjoy the rest of your day. Don't walk making excuses. Don't walk with your head down. Together, we walk in victory. Peace.